Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm playing a solo scenario in Undaunted Callisto, Undaunted 2200 Callisto, gotta get the full title. And disclaimer that I was sent a review copy of this one. I'm going to play through Scenario 3 on the Breaker side, the sort of scrappy people trying to fight their corporate overlords. And then I'll have a review of how this one compares to the other Undaunted games at the end of the video. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So each scenario out of the 8 in Undaunted 2200 Callisto has its own map, and again I'm playing Scenario 3 here. And every scenario sees the same two sides fighting against each other. You've got the LFA, which are the blue ones. This is going to be controlled by the bot. They've got giant mechs and also their smaller units. And in this scenario, they're trying to either kill a bunch of my units or destroy 3 of these buildings scattered around the board. While I'm controlling the breakers in yellow, and in this scenario, we're trying to control every space that has a civilian in it. Once we take control of it, we'll rescue the civilian, then it doesn't matter if we have control anymore or not. And I picked this scenario because it's the first one that doesn't have just a standard control the objectives thing that you see in lots of other Undaunted games. And also because it's the first one that has a standy unit, this giant drill, on the breaker side, whereas the LFA always has these mechs going on. And if you haven't seen an Undaunted game before, you've got these cards. It is a bit of a deck builder. You'll draw some cards on your turn, and you'll pick one of them as an initiative card. Higher value gives you a better chance of going first. And then you'll play out the cards in your hand to resolve different actions, moving units around the board, having them attack each other. And as units get attacked, you'll lose cards representing them from your deck. And if you don't have any cards when they get attacked, then they are taken off the board. But you can do what's called bolstering, basically deck building, to add more cards of different types to your deck. Also, as you explore and scout out the area on the board, you'll be adding these negative, kind of useless interference cards to your deck, but then you can use recon actions to get rid of those as well. The bot also has their own deck of cards. They have their own bolster decks that are a bit more randomized than yours. And if you saw my old video of the reinforcements expansion for Undaunted Normandy and North Africa, this is based on the same AI system. Except now, instead of having cards, it's all in booklets. You get 1 page, or about 1 page, per scenario and faction. So here's the page for the LFA, with this sort of bookmark thing at the back of the solo rulebook that both holds your space, but also has important information on it as well. And yeah, we'll be going into this, and we're playing on normal difficulty. The difference between the difficulty levels is that on easy difficulty, you flip a card for the AI for their initiative each round, but whether they win or lose, that card is discarded. In normal difficulty, what we're playing on, if the AI wins initiative, they keep their card, and it gives them 4 cards to play for the turn instead of 3. And at hard difficulty, you add 1 more card to the AI, so they get 4 cards if they didn't win initiative, or 5 cards if they did. And it's a few things to call out about the game. First of all, you see these little binocular tokens. Those are scouted locations, so the LFA only knows about the spots near their starting things, and then I know about all of these. Generally speaking, units can't move into a space unless it's got one of those, but then some units, like my scanners and survey techs, and their mechs will allow them to advance into those. You've also got some areas, specifically here and here, that have sort of like this little hatching going on over them. Those are high ground. If a unit is on them, it'll be harder for it to get attacked by other units, because they'll have to roll d8s instead of d10s to hit them. And it'll have an easier time hitting units below it because it gets to roll d12s instead of d10s. And then also, besides these civilians and buildings that I already said are one of the 2 ways to win, you can also win by neutralizing, destroying 3 of your opposing units. There are some pit traps that start out on the board, and those are going to prevent the mechs by moving through. And already the mechs can't move into a lot of spaces if they have this little crossed out red icon. So long story short, at the beginning, the mechs can't go almost anywhere. And again, they are the main way that this force is going to be scouting places out. So what they need to do is send in their mercs or their corpsects, both of which can destroy fortified places like pit traps and buildings. Move them in there and blow them up, kind of like getting rid of tank traps in World War II, to allow the mechs to then make their way through, scout out things, and blow up the buildings. So we'll see how it goes. Let's jump right in. So let's see my first, yuck, what a hand. What a hand. Well, I got both my interference cards out of the way early. I do only start with 2 of these. I also got my blaster, which is a nice ranged attacker who can do area of effect attacks. And I got my Supervisor, which is my highest value card. It lets me bolster from any deck to deck build really nicely, and also lets me command, which lets me draw 2 more cards. I hate to do it and give the AI an extra card, but I think I'm going to pick an Interference as my initiative card, because I want to be able to do something this turn. And in this scenario, the LFA does start with initiative, and the current initiative holder wins ties. So even if they also, by chance, draw an interference card, they're still going to win initiative. Oh, but nope, they got their captain, so that makes me feel a little better. I would not have won no matter what. So this card, because we're playing on normal difficulty, will go into their play area. And so we'll 3 more, and what you do is you organize them by their initiative numbers from highest to lowest, unless the AI instructions say otherwise. So here we've got the captain, then a drone, that's another one-time card that they can't recruit into, then the sergeant for the Z squad down at the bottom, and then the commander of one of the mechs, which are identified by their letters. So this is the Artemis, which is also in the bottom with Z Squad. Should be a horrible turn for us. Let's see what happens. So for each card, you check its instructions, and they give descending priorities. You take the first one that applies. This one says, if any pit traps remain in play, bolster 3. You roll a d10. It's going to randomize whether it's Squad Y or Squad Z, which corresponds to these little reinforcement stacks. All right, so let's see. We got Squad Y. So we're going to take 3 random cards, and we can see what they are. 2 Mercs, 1 Corp Sec, and those are going in the discard pile for later. And why is the captain doing that, you might wonder? Well, that's because only the Corp Secs and the Mercs are able to destroy the pit traps to get the mechs into play, so they, kind of in a smart way, want to bolster those early to get their mechs going. Next is the drone. If there's a interference card, they'll recon it away, which means they basically trash it from the deck and then draw another card, so it's kind of like a free thing. Otherwise, they will inspire the next mech card. Inspire usually is on Sergeants. You'll see it says like Inspire 1Z, and basically it lets you double use a card in the same squad. So like the Corp Sec with this Y here, if they had the Y Sergeant, they could get inspired to play that twice. But here the drone can inspire friggin' anybody. They're awesome. And they are prioritizing mechs here. So they're going to inspire Commander A. For a player, you get to play the card and then take it back into your hand and play it again. For the AI, you tilt the card to show that it's getting used twice. Okay, so that's the drone. The Sergeant can bolster or inspire Z. There is no Z, so I'm guessing they're bolstering. Yep, they're bolstering the same squad. So Z is getting 2 Corp Sec cards. And then the Commander is going twice. And mechs are interesting in that they start with a single commander card in the deck, which can kind of do a bit of everything, can move, can bolster, and can attack in 2 ways. But then within their bolster piles, they have both navigators and gunners who they can bolster into with the commander card. And these have more specialized, basically the same as the commander, attack and suppression, except they can scout instead of just moving. So again, the AI really needs these scouting cards and things to be able to progress in this scenario. All right, so let's see what the commander is going to do. First option is pit traps not blocking the route, and there are fewer than 4 buildings scouted. They would bolster navigator cards to be able to scout those buildings and let their troops go destroy them. They can't do that because the pit traps are blocking them. So next, they're going to check if they want to attack. And these thresholds show what the highest defense they'll attack is. I'll show you how cover is calculated in a second. And the different colors and shapes have the different types of dice. So if they're attacking someone that's uphill, rolling d8s, they would need a 6. If they're attacking someone on the same level with a d10, they would need a 7. So attacking someone on lower ground with a d12, they would need an 8. So first they'll check if they can special attack, and then even with a higher defense, they'll check if they can suppress, which is a non-damaging attack. So how do we calculate defense? First of all, each unit has a defense on it, like this blaster has a 4. Some locations have a defense bonus, like this +2 here. Also, some standees give bonuses to the units in their space, +1. All of these extra bonuses, though, only apply to these kind of standard token units, not to the standees, which have a different shield armor defense value. This little 4 here with kind of the white behind it. Generally speaking, those kind of units can only be attacked and damaged within their space by units that have kind of like anti-armor capability. Then additionally, you add 1 defense, 1 cover to a unit for each range that has to be reached, not counting the attacker's range. So here, since A is attacking, I'm guessing the blaster is the best one for them. So 1, 2, 3 plus 4 is a 7. And then all the rest of these are clearly going to be way too high. And the disruptor up there is at high ground, so it would be the D8 value. So with it being the 7, they're going to try whatever attack this particular mech has against my blaster, which is a bummer. Or, no, they're not, because I should have checked. This particular mech can only attack at range 0. That's what that little 0 with kind of the starburst around it means. So they are going to do a suppression against the blaster instead. because the AI always goes for the easiest to hit target, only breaking ties with other considerations like which unit is more useful in the scenario and that kind of thing. So the suppress said 3, they're going to roll 3 d10s because they're on the same level against a 7, and if at least one of the dice hits, they're going to flip this guy over, and basically the next time I activate him, he would just unsuppress instead of actually being able to do anything useful. All right, so looking for a 7. Yep, I figured they would get it. So my blaster is suppressed. And that's it for the commander. All right, so that was their turn. Not as bad. I mean, they bolstered a ton, but they didn't actually do much yet. All right, now how about me? I got the blaster. That's unfortunate. I could bolster, but I kind of want to draw, because if I get lucky and get either of my scouting units, I can get rid of this interference for good. So let's take the command action first. So I draw 2 more. There we go. I got a scanner who has a recon action, so I'm going to play that next, trash the interference card out of my deck, and draw a replacement, so my deck will be a little bit better next time. Let's go ahead and play the blaster just to flip them over, so they are not suppressed anymore. And now I got the drill crew and the hewer. Let's get into these for a second. So the drill crew, I start with only 1 of these, although there's 2 more I could bolster into. But it doesn't have a squad designation, so pretty much the only card that's going to let me bolster into it is the supervisor. So again, maybe it's bad that I drew cards with it. But this lets me do a scouting move, so I can move into a space that doesn't have one of my little binocular scouted tokens yet. And this is really cool. It's got this icon here, which means it gets to pick up and move up to 3 of my token units with it. And it also, as I noted earlier, gives a +1 defense bonus to anybody that's in its space. So I could move over here and help the blaster out. Or it can attack in its space pretty powerfully, just drill them, I guess. And then my hewer, which is right here, along with the Ripper, are 2 of my control units. Incredibly important because they're the only one with the control action in my entire deck. And if I want to complete the civilian rescue thing, I need to take control actions in spaces that are scouted and are not already controlled by the enemy with one of their units there, because a unit and a control token prevents you from taking your own control. So yeah, what the hey, let's help my blaster out. Let's move the drill here. Let's bring along my hewer. Maybe my nail gunner, who's kind of a lay down fire kind of guy. Maybe I can get him up to the high ground here. And then here, I'll bring my scanner to maybe scout ahead, but leave my survey to, wait, did I bring 3? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, there we go. So that was my drill crew action. And then I'll use my hewer to take the control action. So I now control this spot, but more importantly, I've saved 1 of the 6 civilians, although that was the easiest one. All right, and that's the end of the round. We're going to draw 4 cards and do it all over again. All right, so this time I've got a survey tech to scout or recon. I've got a Ripper, one of the control units, a squad leader who can bolster or inspire or do a guide where he moves somebody. And then the disruptor is my strongest unit. I really don't want them to get initiative again. Let's do the survey tech and a 6 and hope that beats them. So remember, once I get initiative, it's going to be harder for them to get it back. Beautiful. They use their commander. So I have taken initiative, which means I'll go first, and they'll only resolve 3 cards this turn. They will not get to resolve that commander card. All right, so what do I want to do? I definitely want to bolster with the squad leader and get 2 more A cards. Could get 2 hewers to help me control things a little better. Or maybe a hewer and a scanner. There's also the blaster, who didn't get to go yet, but they can do really good attacks on their own space, or great, this affects everybody in their space. Great 2 dice attacks when their people start moving. Let's try to get more people. Let's get 1 hewer and 1 scanner for now to kind of balance things out a bit in terms of scouting ahead and then also actually controlling the places. Okay, then my disruptor, look at this crazy action. 3 dice suppression on everybody in a space. And then this thing shows is one of the only units that can attack mechs at range. And this means I attack everybody in a single space. I roll 3 dice, and the highest value is going to potentially suppress everybody in that space. So they're up here, and they have a slightly better chance again to those people, although I'll have to roll well because it's 1, 2, 3. And then they have a +2 armor. Although the mechs don't benefit from that. Oh, crud, I forgot the Centurion gives them +2 more. So these guys would be 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4, 8, 11. So I need to roll a 12 to get the Merc and an 11 to get the Corpse Sec. It'd be pretty easy, though, to get the Hades and the Centurion because they don't benefit from the space defense or any of that stuff. So they'd just be a 1, 2, 3, so an 8 and a 9. Alternatively, I went down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yuck. Although neither of these mechs boost. But yeah, let's try for the top one. Now, the Disruptor is on a high ground space. So they're going to roll 3 d12s. Yay. And we love an 11 to 12, but really we'll take whatever we can get. Let's go. So that was great. Now, it doesn't matter how many hits you roll, only the highest value counts because you can only hit people once per attack. And there's also suppression, so it's not really a regular attack anyway. All right, so 11. 1, 2, 3. So 7, 9, 11. Okay, so I do suppress the Corpse Sec. I don't suppress the Merc. And then I definitely suppress both of the mechs. How that works is you put these little red things underneath their dudes. That was awesome. With one action, I just wasted the next 3 cards, one for each of those guys. Heck yeah. Maybe I should use my commander to just buy all the disruptor cards I can, because that's another one with no squad designation, so only the captain can get them. Still have my Ripper. What do I do with the Ripper? I guess I'll move them into here to control that civilian and save them. They are in a bit of an exposed place, but they're pretty far from all the opponents, so I don't think they'll take the shot. But hey, let's find out. Corpse Sec, Commander C, and a Sergeant Y. Okay, so we see they want to Inspire as their first preference, but there are no Y squad people, so they're just going to bolster. 2 more from Y. Man, they bolstered a lot. That's 2 more Corpse Sec if they got every Y Corpse Sec card. Okay, what's Corpse Sec C going to do? All right, so the Corpse Secs want to blow up a building or pit trap if they're in it. That makes sense. Or attack a space that they're in. Otherwise, they want to move because they want to get to those pit traps and those buildings ASAP. So they want to first move to an adjacent building. They can't do that. Oh, to any building, then to a pit trap. Otherwise, to the nearest space to one of those, and they have some preferences within that. So they want to be farther from the enemy, but still close to a building and a pit trap. And yeah, I guess that's going to be their favorite one then, because they can get to the pit trap next turn, and they're a little bit farther if I want to shoot at them. But no, they don't have the +2 bonus anymore, so we could definitely blast them if we get the chance. That would be great. And finally, Commander C is one of the ones that got suppressed, so they're just going to get rid of the suppression. And there we go. All right, what have we got this time? We got my Nail Gunner, my Squad Leader. Oh man, my other interference and my Survey Tech. Even though I hate to do it because I'd love to bolster, I really want to not let them go first and get the extra card, and I want to save the Survey Tech to get rid of the interference, so I'm going to use the Squad Leader. All right, and then there... Oh, they're doing interference. Well, darn, I could have used anybody, really. Okay, so I'm first again. I am again going to get rid of an interference. That's all the ones currently in my deck, although once I start scouting new areas, I'll get more. That'll draw me another card. Getting me... Ooh, the Blaster. And hey, that Corpse Sec all by themselves is looking pretty yummy. I've also got the Nail Gunner, who is great at suppression, although they don't do like an area attack like the Blaster does. Maybe I can attack the Corpse Sec twice, or like suppress them and attack them. Now, when you attack somebody in the actual game and you like have your hand that you haven't played yet, if one of the units that is attacked has a card in your hand, you discard it, so you kind of like miss some tempo with that unit. How that's represented with the AI is if you attack somebody and damage them when you have initiative, then you put a little marker on them, and when you flip up the AI's card, if one of that unit's cards is in their play area, it gets discarded immediately, so it's kind of like it was in their hand. And now these people can control. So yeah, the question is, do I want to move them like up onto the high ground? Oh, wait a second. My Blaster is supposed to already be on the high ground. Huh. I don't think that would have changed because they would have had one less to hit them. Oh, I'm so dumb. That makes sense. Sorry, they have like this little square to show you that. And I was like, why is the Disruptor on such a great starting spot and the Blaster isn't? But hey, I like that. The Blaster didn't get to attack because they were suppressed last time, so we'll just call it a wash. All right, Blaster. Yeah, I think it's still too tough to hit that Merc with all the bonuses. Let's have them shoot at the Corpse Sec. That's kind of the obvious action, right? So it's 4 plus 5, 6, no bonuses. And Blasters got D12 since they're on the high ground. So I need a 6 and a 12. That's more than I need, thanks. So for the AI, first thing you look through is in their discard pile. So I'll take the Corpse Sec one that I think they bolstered into, right, or something. Or maybe they... No, that's one they used to activate them last turn. And this goes into a permanent, like, dead pile. And for the player, if a unit gets shot and there are no cards left in your hand or discard pile, then they're neutralized. So even if you haven't, like, bolstered into them yet, even if your unit has, like, 5 cards that you could potentially get, you're still dead and you can't bring them back. But for the AI, you have to build up every card possible for them. So even, like, going into their bolster pile. So I'd have to hit this Corpse Sec 5 times to kill them. But for now, we'll just get rid of this card from their discard and hopefully stop them from activating this turn. Now, as for the Nail Gunner, I think I'm going to do a suppression on the same guy with 4 dice, because I really don't want him to, like, move closer and get these pit traps gone or any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, the Merc would still be too tough, right? 1, 2, 3, so that'd be 8. Plus 2 is 10. 10's a lot. Yeah, let's go for this guy. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. They're on the same level. So I need to get 7s out of my 4 D10s. Sounds doable in theory. Hey, there we go. And remember, the fact that I got 3 does not matter at all. So this guy is suppressed, but also if they have a card in their hand for a Corpse XZ, they're going to discard it. Just trying to slow him down while I rescue some people. All right, let's see if I get lucky. We got the commander of the Hades mech. We got the Merc for Z. Dang it, that's the other guy down there. And we got Corpsec Y. And when they're of equal initiative, you put the later drawn card to the right. Okay, so not the guy that we hit. So we discard this token because it no longer would force him to discard a card. That was like imagining that was in their current hand, and their current hand didn't have a Corpsec Z card. All right, Corpsec and Merc are doing the exact same thing as I saw before, where they're going to attack like a building or a unit in their space, and they're going to move. And they actually still have the same priority, so they're going to move in here. Man, I would love to blast them. As for Corpsec Y, they want to get into one of these pit traps, and their priorities don't make a difference here, so we just roll. We're going to say 1, 2, 5, 6 to 10. So they're going to go down. Oh, never mind. They got, I forgot they got suppressed. They're not going anywhere. You just flip over, sir. And speaking of suppression, the commander of the H is just going to unsuppress the Hades. That was a great, useless turn for the bot. I like suppressing people. All right, going to the next turn. I got a scanner. I could scout move twice, finding things along the way. For example, to rush out here where like the really hard to get civilians are. But I feel like that might also get me killed. I kind of like the idea of bolstering some more for the future. Maybe using the supervisor to get those special cards I can't get otherwise. Ooh, I got the disruptor too. So let's take a chance and pick 6 and hope that we beat them still. Can always scout later. Hey, awesome. So their Merc Y will not activate. I'm going first, and they'll only get to do 3 cards. All right, so I think Disruptor's like, hey, it worked out great last time. And he's going to go suppress all those guys again. Why not? I could shoot down here, but he can't suppress somebody twice, so I'd really just be wasting his entire action to potentially suppress 1 Merc. Not that great. But we need another 11 or 12, so not really expecting that. Nope, we just get both the mechs. But I'll still slow him down. I like that. Okay, then, big one I want to bolster with my supervisor this time. And I can pick any 3 cards. I don't want to do A's or C's. Let's do actually double drill for like super fast drill movement to fast track things and protect my people. And then 1 more disruptor because I really like their gumption. Okay, and then I got the squad leader I can bolster twice. Oh, this is the same one I did before, isn't it? Yeah, with the hewers and the scanners. Ooh, I could get another blaster. Let's get a blaster and a 3rd hewer. That seems pretty good to me. I want to lay down some suppressing fire, get my people in the good place. All right, let's see what they got. They got their other interference, okay. And then they got, okay, a commander and another commander. Interesting. So they can't get rid of the interference. I always like that. So the commanders are both going to look to attack again if they can because pit traps are still blocking them. So they need a 6 for the D8 people who are up top or a 7 for the people who are in front of them. Can they actually attack? This is the one who can only attack in their space. So they're only going to suppress. This guy can do a very powerful attack, the V1. And they're both down here. Okay, so the A is looking for a suppression. And they want a 6, 1, 2. Oh, so they will attack, or they would have attacked. Whoops. Well, oh, no, that's right. This guy can't attack. That's why I didn't do it. And then these dudes are too far away and protected by the drill. Although that is a question, which one are they going to prioritize? Because when they're picking whether to attack someone elevated terrain, they count them as though they had 1 higher defense. So this is a 1, 2, so that's 6. That's a 7 to them. Not for their actual roll, but as for them calculating their priority. Or 1, 2, 3, 7. Oh, no, that's right. +1 from the drill, 8. So yeah, it's definitely going to be the blaster again. And last time I cheated myself and gave them a D10. This time they need 6s on... Oh, yep, they got it. That's suppression. Okay, but now this guy can actually attack. They're going to actually attack the blaster. They need 6s on D8. Okay, that was good. I mean, not that those people are going to last forever, but I want them to last a little bit longer than this. And then, of course, the interference does nothing, so that's it for them. But we know they got 8 billion activations for, like, their main infantry units, which is going to get them getting rid of those pit traps pretty quickly. Okay, coming to me. Whoa, I got a lot of 5s, don't I? Ooh, the drill crew. Well, the Ripper can already rescue a civilian in their place. Which means I think I want to have the drill crew. Yeah, I'll use a hewer card to do initiative with the 5. What do y'all got? What do y'all got? Hey, I win the tie because I already had initiative. Woo! All right, so this one's pretty straightforward. I'm going to have the Ripper take control. And that's our second of 6 civilians. The remaining ones are in a little swath over here, with this being like the especially deadly land. Okay, then I'm going to have the drill crew. Just bring everybody along. Why not? We don't have to worry about the building yet. They're not even close. That is a scouting move with 3 people brought along, which means I scout this out. But it also means sadness. I add an interference card to my discard pile for the next time we go through. Okay, then my Hewer can't control yet because they haven't reached there. They can't attack in their space. I don't want them to move. They're safe with the drill. So let's just have them do a 1-die attack. By the way, drill can't move with suppressed people, so I really hope that the Hewer does not get hit by anybody. So who do I want to attack with the 1-die attack? I guess the Merc over the Corpsec. The Corpsec is already suppressed, so the Merc's more dangerous at the moment. So that's 1, 2. That'd be a 7. The Corpsec would be a 6, but we already hit them once, and they're suppressed. So yeah, let's go for the Merc, hope for the 7. If nothing happens, not a huge deal. 1 shot. That's okay. Oh man, if we'd gone for the Corpsec, whatever. I don't know, what are they doing? Oh, they're drone. And, oh god, their captain. Okay. And a commander again. So captain's going to bolster again because they still haven't got rid of any of the pit traps. I'm definitely locking them down pretty well. Oh, they got a 10, so this time it's Z. They get 3 of those. It's Corpsecs and Mercs. That's all they got. Okay, and then the drone. Ooh, commander's not going to be stunned forever because first action, they're going to get rid of my suppression. And then they're going again. Just like the others, they want to attack if they can. So his special attack is a pulse attack, but that's only up to range 1, which won't apply. Oh, so never mind. They're not going to attack. They're going to have to bolster, I think, because they don't have a suppression option. They don't have enough range for their special attack. They can't move. So yeah, less than 4 building scouter. They're going to bolster navigators. They're going to start setting themselves up to scout later on. And normally they would have to bolster H cards, but here we've got this combined navigator deck. So we got, actually 1 H and 1 A card. These will have scouting moves and recon for getting rid of interference, which is good for them because they didn't have anything that does that except for their little 8 drone single card. That's not a bad turn. All right, another turn. I got the drill. Ooh, I got the disruptor. So yeah, it's going to be Ripper or Scanner. Ripper could move up towards the buildings. These ones on the high ground, and then if I can get like the survey tech to run in and scout, we can start grabbing those. We definitely want Disruptor, obviously, because all my people over there have gotten out of their suppression. So I think Scanner or Ripper. No, I just said Ripper is good. Yeah, I'm going to go for Scanner with the 6. Am I going to keep my lock on? Yay, I am. Oh, geez. That was the one who was suppressed, so they're not going for a while. All right, here we go. Let's keep pushing while we can. We're going to scout into here. Let's bring everybody along. Why not? Just more targets to distract them. And yeah, that's another civilian we can save, and 1 more north if we can get there. If, hopefully, our Hewer gets to go soon. That's the one I have 3 cards of, so they should, theoretically. Okay, my Ripper is going to move up to join the Disruptor on the high ground, and they're just 1 away from those people. Everything's going great. And then the Disruptor. Here we go. Although, what I want to do, the Centurion has not actually become unsuppressed yet, but slowing down the Merc and Corpsec and the Hades would be good. Although just looking, how tough would it be for me to hit these dudes? That's a 4 and that's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh god, so it'd be a 10 and a 9. But they're really the ones giving me the nastiest time with attacks right now. Because we saw the Hades one doesn't have range to any of my units. So what if let's try suppressing them. They're really the one laying down the worst covering fire, and they're very close to these people. I don't want them to do like a big attack there. So what did I say, a 10 and a 9? Got a chance. No, I don't. Okay, that's a miss. That's okay. All right, and what are they doing in return? Okay, get the Corpsec and the Z Sergeant. Okay, so the Sergeant is going to bolster because it doesn't match anybody. So they get their last Z card. They have every Merc and Corpsec card in God's creation going on here. And okay, Corpsec Y and Merc Y. Oh, this is what I thought they were going to do before. So for the first one, the Corpsec, that is going to go to a randomized one, 7. And then the Merc, they want to go to one that doesn't already have somebody there. So boop. Okay, so they're ready to blow up the pit traps and finally bring people in, which gets them uncomfortably close to my unit. We just got to rush. We just got to hurry up. All right, so speaking of, what have I got? Dang it, where's my freaking Hewer? That's fine. Okay. So I wanted the survey tech to scout ahead for the Ripper. So I really want the squad leader to recruit. The A squad's doing fine. And I guess, yeah, the Disruptor or the Blaster. The Blaster would be great right now. And I could play him to, he's suppressed at the moment, unsuppress him, and then have the squad leader inspire him. And have him, like, shoot both of these people. Or I could have the Disruptor try another shot on people. I think I'm gonna have, well, squad leader sees what I want to recruit though for my Ripper and my survey tech to actually win the game. So I'll do squad leader A and just not get the cool double activation of my blaster. All right, we get initiative again. I thought we would. All right, so blaster, not suppressed again. I'm sure he will be in just a second. Squad leader C, I'm going to bolster another survey tech to actually find space for the Ripper and a second card for the Ripper. That's so that the survey tech, God, they only move one per card. It's going to take them forever to get up there. But we got to do it at some point, right? Move them up, scout these out so the Ripper can take them. I mean, by that time, maybe the drill will just have made its way over. Okay, and then the Disruptor. Let's go for it again. The 10 and the 9, right? Second time's the charm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you got this, buddy. You got this. Ooh, there we go. So y'all ain't gonna be suppressing my blaster anymore. All right. Yeah, with these guys slowed down, they haven't even reached the pit traps yet. This is a pretty weakened area. And I'm about to get the civilians, so I don't even care as much if they come in and get the building after. All right, what are they doing, though? Merc Y, interference, and Sergeant Y. So he's going to inspire Merc Y to double activate. The interference is doing nothing. So what's Merc Y doing? Well, first, he's definitely going to attack, oh man, for 2 dice. See how it's got the little like black background? So he can attack for 2 dice, either a unit or a like fortified unit. So he's going to try to blow up the pit trap for 2. Oh, and he needs a 4 with 2 dice? Yeah, it should be easy. Even if he misses, he's got another try. Nope, but he got it. Hey, the mechs can finally move. Okay, then he's going again. What is he going to do here? He doesn't share space anymore. Space is enemy-occupied? No. Does not control buildings. First, he's going to move to an enemy-occupied building. Oh, he can't even move there yet because it's not scouted. He's going to move to a pit trap. Even though it's already occupied. That's cool. I don't mind them being together, so I can shoot them both, although the pit trap does give them +1 armor. Did I ever shoot at them and forget that? I might have. All right, so going in, they're finally starting to get things going, which is okay. I'm feeling great about this. This is something. I guess I could even like send the scanner in if I can get the drill to move them first, they could come in because they move 2 in scout. Speaking of scanner, okay, the hewer is good. I want to have them control it away. The supervisor, I could probably get away with just the scanner and then like draw or bolster. Let's try just doing the scanner and hope I win initiative. And yep, they just have so many. I mean, yeah, they recruited like 8 billion 5 cards from the Y and Z deck. It makes sense that their initiative draws are not too impressive right now. All right, so let's see. Hewer. Boom, get that civilian. And then what do I want to do with the supervisor? Part of me wants to draw, but part of me thinks I should just recruit like a ton of disruptor, like scanner and survey tech cards and just really get ready to rush. Because I'm not too worried here. The drill, I got a ton of cards to move them up, get the last civilian there with the hewer, but then it's really far to get over there. Well, let's hold off the decision and have the blaster go. Yeah, this one's pretty obvious. They are together. Now we're going to roll 2 dice. Yeah, so it's just a 6 and a 7 for the Merc. And oh man, we're on high ground. You're only going to like this much, I don't think. Yeah, there we go. So I'll look in the discard for a Corp Z and a Merc Z, and also if they draw any, they'll discard 1. Maybe I draw 2 just to fact track stuff, right? Sure, I'm going to draw 2 cards. What do we get? Ooh, yeah, we got the drill crew and this. Actually, that's pretty good. The drill crew and survey tech is kind of like exactly what I wanted. So let's have the drill survey up here. And we don't need to bring all of them in case these people come. Let's actually leave the nail gunner here. He's defended by the building. We'll just bring the scanner and the hewer, I think. Does get another interference in our deck, though. We got a lot of those going on. Okay, now the survey tech is going to move up here, ready to hopefully get their second card that I bolstered into and get the Ripper actually getting stuff over here. All right, come on, Merc Z or Corp Z. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Nope. Okay, but this is great. This guy gets immediately discarded, which means, God, they've been suppressed for 1 billion years because we had shot them. But then these guys will both go. So Merc Z's first. Oh, and he's really close, isn't he? Hello. He's going to blow up that pit trap. I wish the Corp Tech had gone first because he only rolls 1 die. So it might have wasted his entire action. Yep, you got it. And now, crud, is the Corp Tech going to like run in and try to control it before I do? Enemy occupied building. That's exactly what it is. Yep. So there they go. Yeah, and here's the really important thing. If they get a action to control that space... Oh, wait, crud, they can't go. Oh, they can't go in. Yay, because it's not scouted yet. Which means I'm guessing they're going to attack, right? Yeah, they're going to attack for 1 and definitely against the hewer, unfortunately. So that's +1 from the building and from the drill. Oh, that's good. So that's, what is that? He's a 6, 7, and they only roll 1 die. Come on, hewer, to stay alive. Stay alive. Yes! I mean, we have several cards of them, but I want to keep them alive for a bit longer. So they've at least captured that building. Come on, give me... Yeah, there's a hewer. I don't need 2. Yeah, so let's have the hewer go, and we'll use this for the initiative. And their very last card is a 5. Yay, we still win the tie. Man, that's clinched doing that. All right, so this is a big one. Right before they jump in, we'll control here. Man, got that. Those are the clinched civilians. We just got to get in here, man, with the survey tech or the scanner or the anybody, and then the Ripper can run in. Hey, the drill can head over there too. Okay, I can't get rid of that interference. The nail gunner, though, who do I want to suppress? I think one of them makes the most sense. We're rolling 4. Let's suppress the Merc Y, I think. That's a 7 on 4d10s. Well, what the hey, I guess they're kind of equivalent. Maybe I'll suppress... Well, yeah, the Merc is more dangerous. I'll suppress the Merc. At this point, I'm not trying to kill him, just trying to slow him down. Hey, we got it. So Merc's going to miss their next activation. And does that matter? Merc Y, hey, hey, hey. Although, crap, I guess if we had hit him, we would have just made him discard a card. And interfere. Oh, and another Merc Y. Wow. All right, so that one is used to ready them. That does nothing. And then, yeah, I guess they're going to attack as well because they can't go anywhere. The AI kind of has the right actions for this scenario, but yeah, if you lock down those mechs for a while, they don't get to do much. All right, so the Merc's going to attack my hewer again, but at this point I don't care as much because they've already saved the civilian. So it's that same 7. Nope. Oh, wow, wow, wow. This is an interesting draw. Because yeah, literally everything I need to get in here is kind of here. I got the Ripper. He can run in there if the survey tech goes. So then maybe I don't worry about the scanner and just bring the drill crew over. Of course, that's going to add so much interference in my deck, but at this point, I'll just take it. Yes, so let's use the scanner to try to keep initiative. And we did. Yeah, the fact that they have not gotten the extra card the entire game, not hurting us. So let's move the drill crew, and I guess let's bring everybody. Yeah, I mean, they can have that building. It's fine. It'll distract them for a minute. It's another interference there. But then way more important, the survey tech is going to scout 1 into here, get that ready with another interference, and then the Ripper is going to come in and be ready to control that, get our second to last civilian. Yeah, and they're still pretty far, and the only guy who can shoot from over there. I mean, the mechs are super suppressed up, so that's great. Those disruptor rolls were super clinched. Hey, there's a commander. They're probably suppressed. So, Sergeant Y and this is not going to be good for them because the Sergeant... Oh, they do have cards to bolster, but I mean, I think it's a little late for that, Sergeant. You wish you were inspiring them, but you weren't. You wish you were drawn for the initiative, but you weren't. Okay, so the commander, what are they going to do? Oh, they're just going to unsuppress because that was the one down at the bottom. And then how about A? Oh, geez, that's the other one suppressed down at the bottom. Sorry, y'all. You'll get to go soon. All right. Oh, no. Crud. Yeah, see, this is what happens, and I got even more of this to come. The hewer really has nothing to do, so let's just try to keep initiative for the card bonus. Or, I mean, I should really say to deny them the extra card. They got it anyway with the drone, which means they're going to keep that. I'll have this terrible turn in a second. And what else have they got? Merc Z, Commander H, and Navigator H. Ooh, the Hades is in play, and that one's not suppressed, and all the pit traps are gone. We're going to see some stuff here. So the drone... Oh, God, they want to inspire the next mech? Oh, man, I don't even know what's going to happen next. But Merc Z, they want to go to the pit trap. Okay, that's not too big of a deal. They still haven't reached any buildings yet. But yeah, now there's double activating Commander and then Navigator. This is going to be some stuff. All right, so Pit Trap is definitely not blocking route, and less than 4 buildings are scouted. Oh, they're going to bolster Navigator twice. Oh, and then they're going to keep on doing that. So, wow. They got every Navigator card ever. And then what's the actual Navigator going to do? Well, yeah, that's kind of to be expected. They're going to scout towards the unscouted building. Enemy occupied first, containing citizens first. Oh, so containing they're actually going to go toward there. Get away, y'all. I don't want any of that in my life. And what do I have to respond? Not much. Nail gunner. Yeah, I mean, he can't attack the mech. Stupid mech. Well, the mech can't control the building. I guess probably best would be for him to suppress the merc, right? I mean, he's the only one who's like actually about to do something. So that would be 6, 7 with the pit trap. And again, I care more about suppression than actually... Hey, there we go. So boom, the south side is shut down. But the north is where I need to finish, and unfortunately, that's actually where stuff is getting a little bit frantic. All right, come on, give me something good. Supervisor, I like that. Disruptor, I don't really need. Oh, man, squad leader? I don't need any of that. The survey tech is good. I can scout in there. Because then, like, the hewer and the drill and the ripper. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do the squad leader, try to get initiative back, and then draw with command for the supervisor. And I did it. I got initiative back. So yeah, let's draw first to see what I get. Ooh, drill. And then all my blasting people. Okay, let's do the drill first. So we'll go in and bring the hewer and the scanner in here. It's another interference. But now we just need control, and we win. That's great. So survey tech, what the heck are you going to do? You don't need to scout anymore, do you? You can do a single attack. 1, 2, 3, sure. Shoot that Y corpse sec, why don't you? So you're saying there's a chance. Nope, we missed. Yeah, I didn't know I would draw the drill. Okay, now my big guns. I guess Disruptor wants to try to shut down Hades over here. That's only a 7. Yeah, that should be pretty easy. Because I think that Hades is the one with like this pulse gun that can push people out of a space, which would not be nice here. Got him. So he's suppressed next time he tries to do something. You know, what's Blaster going to do? Might as well shoot the Merc. So that's 7 with the pit trap bonus. Only rolling 2 dice. And no. All right, but I just need to draw my Ripper and my Hewer and I win. Oh, they got their captain. Uh-oh. And a corpse sec and a merc. Oh, is captain still going to be bolstering? Oh, he is, because that one stupid pit trap is left because I've been suppressing those guys so much. That was not a smart move, Captain. You should be drawing. Oh, wait, there's nothing left in Y and Z, so he skips it. Pit trap's not in place in less than 4 buildings. Okay, he would scout and navigate. They don't want that either. And then he's going to roll... Only G. This is weird. How does this work? Well, I guess if he gets a 1 to 4, he'll automatically bolster G because there is no Y and Z left, and he gets a 5 to 10, he'll command. Don't want the command. That's definitely the best thing. Dang it. All right, so they're just going to draw 2 more cards. Another corpse sec and an interference. Okay, that's not too bad. They just got a ton of these dudes going. So corpse sec Z is suppressed, but then these ones are not. I'm guessing they're both going to run in toward the building, right? Yeah, kind of redundantly. Although I guess if they blew up that building and that building, they only need to get 1 more, and the robot could maybe blow up 1. But yeah, either way, they went in. Okay. Not too worrying of a turn. They're kind of behind the tempo here. If we were playing on hard mode where they had an extra card every turn, they would not be. They would definitely... What do we got? Come on. Oh, Ripper and Hewer! Ripper and Hewer, which means I can't use those. Oh, man, they're definitely going to get initiative. I'll use the blaster. Come on, just let me win the game. Draw something low. Dang it. Okay, they got initiative. It's a 5. Ooh, that's a 7. Oh, it's another 5. Okay. They got some stuff going on. Hopefully they can't mess up my plans. So the sergeant... Oh, can't bolster and can't inspire. You ain't doing nothing, buddy. That was a wasted card. Okay. Corpse sec Y, corpse sec Y. Clearly he's going to try to blow up the building, needing a 5. And when he only rolls 1, he's not as good as the merc. And he got it. So that's one of their 3. Okay, then for the second one, they're definitely going to move in here with a nail gunner to another building. Okay, then Commander A, what are you up to? I feel like you're going to attack that blaster or that nail gunner, and I feel like I don't care at all. So that seems great to me. Yeah, there you are. This is one that can only suppress from afar. Although, they might like want to bolster a move now. Oh, dang it. They haven't scouted any of this because they never got their friggin' robots there. Oh, it's so many actions that they wouldn't have done. And they would have been shooting at my guys. They would have been shooting my Hewer, really. Shoot. Dang it. God, how many attacks is that? That's like 1, 2, 3, 4 from blowing up the building. They would have just been sitting there shooting at me. Gosh. Yeah. I'll just roll some attacks in my Hewer. I don't know. Let's say we need like a 6 each time. Okay, so 1, miss, 2, hit, 3, miss, 4, hit. So I'll redraw the card for this Hewer because That was a while ago, I think. Oh, no, I guess one of them just happened, so let's say that was this turn. So I lost that hero card from my hand. I'm down to just these. Yeah, crud. Sorry for the mistakes, y'all. And then, yeah, the commander's actually going to bolster their last 2 navigation cards because they want to recon. When y'all going to actually move, though? If you move 2, that would make it a lot easier for you to recon, but okay. And then all I've got is Ripper and Disruptor. Dang it. All right, so Ripper, go ahead and get the civilian. Boom. And now, I think I only got like 1 hero card left. Gosh darn it. Disruptor. Oh, let's definitely disrupt those guys. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, where's there? 1, 2. So it's a 7 and a 6. Heck yeah. If we can suppress them, we're going to be in a great place. The Hades is suppressed? I guess so. Oh, that's right. I did that earlier. So yeah, 7 and a 6. If this hits, it should buy me the time I need. I think. Oh, wow. Okay. So they're both suppressed. Oh, and there's my last hooer. Okay, never mind. Redo. Here we go. Squad leader, get us the initiative. Let's win this game. Yes. And that'll be it. The Hewer grabs the objective. And yeah, drill crew, maybe they drill over to the Hades and try to kill it. Oh, I didn't even check. Okay, good. I was going to say, the drill crew never moved through a no mech place, did it? And no, it did not. Yay! All right, so that was scenario 3 for Undaunted on normal difficulty. And again, if I was playing on hard difficulty, they would have got an extra card every turn. You could see how quickly things would have compounded there. And I saw people for the reinforcement solo mode would do like a thing to kind of have medium difficulty where they would alternate getting an extra card one round and then not an extra card the next round just to have a step up because like that jump to hard is so big. But yeah, let's give some thoughts on this system. I've played about half the scenarios, played 6 games now, and I think I've got a pretty good feeling for it. First of all, focusing purely on the competitive experience, this is more Undaunted. It's, very similar to the other games in the system. The big changes are the mechs and the drills and such. Those are very similar to the vehicles in North Africa, but these are way cleaned up. You don't have like people being placed in spots on things, like the drill carrying people just with that little carrying capacity icon is way simpler. So I like this better than North Africa's system. I think it's easier to teach to somebody, but it's also really like cool and just frankly fun to play with. And you can tell that it's more streamlined because they have mechs in the very first scenario. It's not like North Africa where they're kind of slowly, well, actually maybe they did have a vehicle in the first one, but I feel like they maybe didn't until like scenario 3 or 4. But yeah, so I think the mechs are great. I think the drills are great. The forces have pretty nice variety. Now things are just often renamed, like the sniper is a stalker, they have things like that, but you'll basically recognize the same old people. But I like the variety in units in the scenarios I've played so far. Each of the sides feels very different. The LFA is very reliant on their mechs, as you saw here, although this one is super reliant on them. In most scenarios, they at least have some basic scouts to run in. And one of the biggest differences is these big map boards compared to the tiles in previous versions. Love this. It's a more thematic looking thing. The variety is easier without, I feel like it takes up less table real estate. So I think this is the best Undaunted has ever looked. Adore this stuff. Now it is only 8 scenarios, which is I think a little bit lower than like Normandy and North Africa and definitely lower than Stalingrad. But I like it a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. And although some of the scenarios are pretty straightforward, like control objective things, you saw in ones like this where it kind of changes up the formula a little bit. Now, the game does sometimes still get into the thing. I've definitely won some games like this, especially against the AI, where instead of pursuing your objective, you just try to kill people, which is certainly viable. Again, especially with the AI, they tend to like send their people forward, and sometimes in a not too defended area, and you can just kind of blast them to smithereens, and you only got to kill 3 people to have victory. So I almost just have a house rule for myself where I try not to win through defeating their units and try to only win by controlling if I can. I think it keeps it more exciting. But yeah, if you've played Undaunted before, this and Stalingrad are the best for the competitive experience. Although I haven't played Battle for Britain, so I can't say how that one stands up. I think this is the cleanest the game has looked, is the prettiest one. It's a great single package. But if you want to go a little bit deeper with the whole campaign mode, I think Stalingrad might still have the leg up. They're both great. And certainly at this point, value-wise, unless you really like the World War II theme, I would recommend getting this one instead of Normandy and North Africa and the reinforcements mode, because this is just like a better affordable package. And also, the solo is a lot easier to run. You had these cards before in reinforcements, and it was kind of a hassle. This is so much quicker to set up. You generally only have a single page open at a time, and they just have this little bookmark with some other things to look at. Now, how do I feel about the solo mode? Pretty much the same as I felt when I covered reinforcements. I still, well, actually, I'll say that I mellowed out a little bit. If you don't know, I designed my own unofficial solo mode for Normandy, that Undaunted release. And I still think my bot is smarter than theirs in a lot of ways, but theirs is a lot smoother to play. And especially if you let yourself go to the higher difficulties, probably on normal is a little too easy here, they'll present a challenge. It'll be fun. Again, like sometimes it kind of devolves into just blasting them. So that's not really my favorite way to play Undaunted, but I think the bot does work smoothly, and certainly Callisto is the easiest the bot has ever been to run. But it is pretty dumb, You saw here, like, they were focusing on things that they didn't really need to focus on. They should have been probably, like, reconning sooner, getting the bots out sooner. I find in general the bot doesn't seem to use the mechs very well, and they just kind of stay behind. They're also really weird with objectives. You didn't see it in this scenario, but, like, once you capture an objective in most scenarios, like if I, had my capture thing here, the bot will never, there is nothing in their AI that'll allow their control units to go in there and steal it from you, even if you, move 50 spaces away and abandon it. So there are weird sort of glaring misses, I think, in the AI logic. But by and large, if you play on a high enough difficulty that they're just getting way more cards than you and kind of churning through things, you'll have a good time. You'll have fun. You might just be shooting them a lot. You might need to house rule it like I do to kind of prevent yourself from doing that. But it is a decent time. Is it as good as competitive? No. But yeah, still, if you're going to get a solo, I would recommend getting this one. The Callisto is the best the solo has looked. And honestly, if you want competitive, I would get this one, Stalingrad, or War Chest, which is a totally different publisher, very different theme. But that one uses a similar system. It's by the same designers. And I still think it's the best for unit variety and unit combos, because you have a billion units and you pick a different mix of them to have your squad each time. So yeah, that is Undaunted Callisto. Definitely fun. I'm having a blast with it, especially since I use my drill to drill to success here. And a quick shout out to our biggest Patreon supporters. That's J. William F., Nick Skeen, Miles, Pedro Lucas, and Steve Wren. Thanks to you for helping us keep the channel going, along with all our other patrons. Good gaming, everyone, and we'll see you at the next stop.